All right. So so where we left off before is where this part right here when I talk about okay. So the part that I talk about is that it doesn't say anything about increase in revenue, right? So probably it's not in there. However, it's talking something estimated cost saving. So which means the operating expense is less expensive. Um, so it when it's less expensive, it is a negative. And when you have a negative, multiply with a negative, that is a positive of 9,000. All right. And reminder, when you do the when you find a free cash flow, you have to add the depreciations. Uh, let's see right here, assume simplify, right? Uh, so don't have to worry about the salvage of new asset. On the test, usually I would say last semester, most of the problem is simplify. I don't recall having the conventional one. So like I said, cost depreciation, simplify will be cost of asset divided by life, right? Of asset. All right. What is the cost associated with the new asset? This has to be this one, additional stuff. And I think that should be it, right? Um, so that should be it. So it should be it should be 2,900 plus 3,000. And that should be cost of asset. This is also called base asset, right? I think base value or something similar to that. The cost of asset is also called base asset. Uh, and then you divide by number of life that it has. And right here it said 20 years, right? So you divide by 20 years, that depreciation. Okay, and let's continue with the free cash flow. You have a 9,000. You're gonna add, so it's zero as a revenue. Uh, subtract, subtract depreciation, right? I make a mistake there. So after you find depreciation, all right, one minus tax, right? If you go back, just a reminder on the exam, it has the initial outlay and the free cash flow uh, formula for you. So right here, say 1 minus tax. So it's 1 minus 0.4. So it should be 0.6. And then at the end, you have to add back the depreciation, right? So it should be this multiply with the 0.6 and then add back the depreciation. And that will be your free cash flow. All right. And oh, all right. And let try to find how we could find a terminal. Uh, let's see. So a terminal, you need a salvage value of a new one, right? And what does it say? You see here, salvage at the end of device is 2,000, right? Uh, this 1,000 right here is of the existing device, which is the old. So the 1,000 here is the 1,000 here is the salvage of old asset, but the 2,000 here is the salvage of new asset. So terminal 2,000 uh minus tax, right? Let's see, minus tax. Let's see, tax effect, which is 2,000 the salvage value minus book value. You guys see book value in here? No, right? So it's gonna be net minus 0. and then what? And then multiply with the tax. Is there a net working capital? I don't think there is. So this should be when you subtract the two, it should be the terminal cash flow. And then giving the three stuff, you can find the NPV, right? Giving the terminal cash flow, giving the annual cash flow, and the initial cost. You could find NPV. Watch out once again, 20 years, right? So it's gonna be 19 year. It's gonna be 19 years of what of of the free cash flow. But then the year 20, the 23rd years is gonna be the free cash flow plus the terminal cash flow, right? So remember how to put that on your calculator when you try to find the NPV. Okay. All right, on to this one. All right, once again, simplify straight line depreciation. So it's just cost of capital. Divide by life rate. Okay. What is initial outlay? All right, equipment, cost of that, installation. So those three. So you know that those three circle, I'm just circling is cost of capital already, right? All right, here's a salvage value. What do you guys think? Salvage value of new equipment, right? Okay. Uh, so initial outlay right here doesn't give you, well, let's say working capital. So that have to be on there. Is okay, it doesn't have a salvage value of all asset. So it just means this one plus this cost plus this cost plus the net working capital doesn't have the salvage of old value and also the book value of old asset, right? So this should be the initial outlay. All right, free cash flow. Practicing with me here. All right, so like I said, these three stuff, when you add it together, that is the cost of capital, right? So you could do this. This is the depreciation simplify. Uh, all right, on to the free cash flow. What is the increase in revenue? Does it say anything? Revenue expect to increase. Operating expect to increase as well. So it's just gonna be 15,000 minus 900 minus depreciation. Everything multiplied with a 1 minus tax, right? Which is 1 minus 0.4. And this should be 0.6, right? And then remember, add back depreciation. On to the terminal cash flow. Salvage value of new stuff, right? Right here, we just mentioning before. So that should be 1,400. All right. Is there a book value for the new asset? No, right? So it's just gonna the tax effects just gonna be 1,400 minus 0, multiplied with 0.4. Is there a net working capital? There is, right? The 900. Before we also add the 900 initial outlay, we also added here. So that should give you the terminal cash flow. Yes. All right. Something I think kind of tricky. Sometimes the question asks you what is the total uh total last year of the last year payment. When they ask that, they mean that you have to add the cash flow, the last cash flow, with the terminal value, right? However, they could ask you something like this one time in a project flow from this project, and that is referring to just the terminal value. Uh, watch out for that. They usually like put a parenthesis, like clarify what they try to ask for. What are one time? Yeah, but 1A. All right, let me double check real quick the answer just to be sure. Think, uh, let me 1 second. 120, 120. This 10,120. Okay, I think it this one. BV. Yeah. So when they are referring to the well, this well, my project, I just want to make sure that this is the same thing that they talk about. The equipment has expected and salvage value of 1,400. Oh, a salvage eight the last year with an estimated salvage value of 8, the salvage value of 4. Hmm. Salvage value minus book value. Okay. Hey guys, I think there's some terminology tricky here that they're using. I just noticing it out too. So if you guys have any other thought onto how identifying it, like just speak up, let me know as well. But my observation is that my where is it? All right, my observation is that whenever they say salvage value, uh, when they always have when they have the term salvage value of, like whenever they have that sentence, salvage value of, I think what they mean is uh what they mean when you try to find a text effect, it would mean that the salvage value minus the book value the same amount. Uh, so whenever you see salvage value of, that is what they're trying to referring to. I will give you another example where they're mentioning the same thing. So that should be 0. So this one in this case should be 1,400 plus 900, the total cash flow, terminal cash flow. All right. I will give you the example where it popped up. All right, this is the solution. This is a solution, and you guys could see that when they referring to salvage value of 1,400, it means that the tax effect will have the salvage value and book value to be equal to each other. However, let's use this problem up here. This is a problem we solved before, and yeah, this is crazy. Okay, let me see. Should be this one, right? Oh my God. Okay. I don't think it's the same, but let's just look at this problem and try to identify why it's different, because what I'm trying to look at is, do you guys see how the text is over here is 8,000 minus the book value of 0, right? But below this, it's salvage value minus book value of the same thing. So I try to read the question to see how to identify if it's referring to that. An additional, the new press is expected to last 5 years. Okay, with an estimate salvage value of that. Okay, and let's try to compare with this question right here. This equipment has expected life of 18 years and a salvage value. Woo. Okay, so I think you guys have to figure out a pattern right here. When it said that, when it said the salvage value of, like whenever you see that, they are referring to the 1400 minus a 1400 in the tax effect on the terminal on the terminal cash flow calculation. This part right here. However, when they say something like estimated salvage value, expected, something like that, and doesn't give you the book value, then it means it's a 0 book value. I will, if you guys recall, then before when on the let me see. If you guys recall on the exam 3 review sheet, where I tried to solve this problem where I got 4 million, I don't know where is the book value. Why is it 4 million as well? Okay, this reminder, this is the problem we solved, I think, in the last video. But if you looking back at it, you see that right here, it just says salvage of 4 million, right? So whenever it just say like salvage of, and that we should take it as like a 4 minus a book value of 4 as well. I know it's kind of confusing, but let's try to do some more and see if it's line up with our assumption here. Let's see. All right, really apologize for some confusion there. But yeah, let's try to do some. Let me see if I solve this one. And it's weighted additional. Yeah, really don't like the how it's phrased, but watch out for that when it say just and a salvage off. Yeah. When you see the word, when it just say like salvage or salvage off, yeah, watch out for those two terms. It means, it could mean that the salvage value minus the book value of the same number when you try to find the tax effect. Yeah, kind of don't like that. All right. All right, onto this one, try to see all right, I would try to identify that particular thing, the terminal. Let's try to identify the terminal cash flow. The project replaced an existing piece of equipment. Okay, this one is talking about all asset, right? With a book value of all asset, because it say existing, so that is related to the old stuff. Yeah, this one is just asking about initial outlay. Yeah, but you guys can see that this one is 50,000 plus what? Plus the salvage value of all asset, right? Which is 1,000. minus, my apologize. This one right here should be minus the tax, should minus the salvage value of all asset, because if you're referring back to this equation right here, is a minus, right? Minus all asset salvage. And then a plus of a tax effect, which is that minus what? Book value, right? In this case, do you guys see that there's a you guys see that there's a negative, right? That is a tax shield. And also after that, you will see, let's pretend that it's a negative, let's say negative 800. I just pretending these whole thing turned out to be negative 800, right? So this is going to be 50,000 minus 1,000 minus 800. Yep. All right. Yes. Let's try to identify this one. Okay. The new press is expected to last 5 years. With an estimated salvage value of new press is expected to last 5 years. Salvage of old press and book value. Yeah. Yeah, I really hate this type of problem. Expected life of 18 years and salvage value of expected estimated salvage value of have a user decrease in maintaining cost expense should fall. Okay. So really, I think right now I haven't come up with a very good idea of like identify where the book value, because in this case my question is, would the book value be the same as 8,000? Right? Because before I thought that the tip is whenever it's a salvage value of, that is the key idea, that the book value is also 8,000, right? However, I think that that thinking is wrong. I have to think of reason why again and have to get back to you guys, because the answer to this problem is right here. And the answer to this problem is 8,000 subtract 0. So the book value is 0. Expect to last 5 years. Expected to last 5 years. And this one is expected life. Okay. Yep. That is, I think that is the final piece that we have to figure it out. And I would try to figure it out as soon as possible and then update on you guys onto the terminal cash flow. If you guys have any idea onto how that works, please let me know so that I revise and add it more to the videos, just to be more clarified with other students. Yeah, but in this one, you see that old press. So that is the old book value. That is the old salvage value. Okay. Revenue increased by that much. You see decrease in maintenance costs. So when it's a decrease, then you know that when you find a free cash flow, it's an increase in revenue minus 3,000 for the maintenance cost, right? Because it's a decrease in maintaining cost, which means they do better. So 11,000 plus 3,000. In this case, simplify straight line depreciation, right? So it's just the total cost of asset. Depreciation is total cost of asset divided by the life of it. So you add depreciation and then just multiply with the 1 minus tax and then add back the depreciation. Yes, and other than that, yes, I think the only drawback of today review is that we have to find a better way to figure out this book value of the book value of the new asset. And I would try to get back on with you guys as soon as possible. But other than that, this conclude our review today. We still have some more time, and I leave room for some of the other folks to ask questions. All right, you guys, do you guys have any questions or things that you think that I could clarify? What do you guys think? Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay. If no further questions, then I will yes, so I will conclude this review today. And in the meantime, I will researching that and then get back to you guys on to how to identify that book value of the new asset. I think that's the only piece left to really make you get confident walking into the exams. All right,
Will
thank you.
will you tell us through GroupMe?
Yes, yes, and it would be great if you guys could like spread the words after I figure that out.
Okay.
I think the most difficult part as of right now, but however, like remember after you find all the pieces, like initial outlay, free cash flow, and terminal cash flow, you should be able to find NPV, IRR, PIPB, EAA. Yeah, and I will get back to you guys.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, y'all. You guys have a great night, and yes, will get back.